Yes. Yes. Okay, calculate. Are you able to hear and able to see the screen?
Hello. Hello, guys. Am I audible? If yes, then please let me know in the chat by typing yes if you guys can hear me. So, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to this live session. So, how's life going? Okay, so let's start the class. Yes, Abdul. Hello. I can see a lot of people are joining. Guys, can you let me know that you are from which country? So, everyone, please do comment that you are from which country. Everyone. Okay, most of the people are from India. Okay, one is from Nigeria. Nice. Okay, someone has asked one question. Are you from which country? Is India, India. Okay, guys, now I think that we are ready. So let's start the class. So as you know that in today's class, we are going to focus on data structures. Okay. So in Python, data structures are used to store, organize, and manage data efficiently. Okay. So that it can be accessed and modified easily. Python provides both built-in data structures and user-defined data structures also. Today, we are going to focus on the built-in data structures of Python. Okay, so first of all, uh, I'll just tell you that in Python there are two types of data structures, and in built-in data structures there are four types. Okay, four types basically given. First is first is list. Second is tuples. Third one is set, and fourth is dictionary. Okay. Now, these four which I have mentioned here in Python, they don't need to import any library. Means without needing to import any library, we can work on these four data structures. Okay. Now, these four data structures have different features. Okay. Different methods, and each one of them have different use cases also. So we'll see each of them one by one and their methods also. Means everything about them. Okay. Okay. So we'll start with Python list. Okay. So before starting Python list, I will I'll tell you few features of Python list. Okay. Why we use list. Okay. So the first feature, which is a very important features why people use Python list, is that it is mutable in nature. Okay. Now, what do you mean by mutable? So mutable means that it is changeable. Okay, means once a value is inserted, you can modify or change the value. That is mutable. Okay, means can be changed. So let me write here. Now second feature is ordered. Ordered means that there is a indexing present in Python list. So suppose if you have to access the first element, or the first item of a list, so you can access it by writing 0. Okay, so 0 is denoted as the first element of a Python list. Okay, so indexing is present. So let me write over here. Now the third feature is that it allows duplicates. Means you can store two same values. Okay, means suppose if there is a list of 1 2 3 4 5, so you can store two times. Okay, that is allowed in Python list. Fourth, fourth, can store elements of different data types. Okay, what do you mean by this? It means that once you have created a Python list, so inside the list, the items you which you are going to store, that can be heterogeneous in nature. Okay, it means that you can store different data types. Okay, means suppose one item is integer, one item you can store string, another item you can store is float, then boolean value. Means different types of data types you can store in a single list. Okay, that is called as heterogeneous. Heterogeneous in nature. Okay, so these are the four features of Python list. Okay, and Python list moves around these features. Because of that, people use Python list. Now we'll do what? We'll create a simple Python list to see that how it is supported. Okay, how all of these four features are supported. Okay, let's see that. So let me create a list named as, okay, my list, and I'll write all the items. And let me print this list. Okay, as you can see, I have created a my underscore list object. Okay, and in which I have created a list, and the items which I have put inside my list is one, then I have stored a string apple, and then I have stored a float value. Okay, so this supports that it is heterogeneous in nature because we have stored mixed elements. Okay, now if I have to print the first element, which is 1, if I have to print only 1, because as we have seen, when I have written my list, my underscore list inside print function, so I'm getting the whole list. What if I want only the first element, which is 1? So then how I can do that? So for that, I'll need to access the first element. Okay, and I have told you that the first element is present at the 0 index. Okay, now how to access that 0 element, how to write that 0 thing, I'll show you. So first of all, you have to write the name of the list, my underscore list. Then you have to write inside the square braces 0. It means that you want to access the first element. Okay, now let's just execute the cell, and now as you can see, your output is 1. So you have successfully accessed the first element. So it shows it satisfies the second feature. Okay, now let's do what? Let's store apple one more time, and let's print the whole list again. Okay, so now as you can see, I have stored apple at second place, and then at the last place also. And in the output also, as you can see, it is same. It means that it allows duplicate also, means duplicate values are also allowed. So now this satisfies the second feature. Okay, so all the 2 3 4 features are satisfied now. So first feature, that is mutable in nature. Okay, so let's see that how it is mutable. So for that, what I'll do, I'll just simply uh, I'll use a method which is a list method. Okay, I'll go to that method, but for just showing you that how it is mutable in nature, just I'm using it now, but later on I'll tell you that what is that method and how to use that method. Okay, and why this method is used. I'll tell you everything, but for now, just for showing purpose. Okay, so I have used a method called as append, which is used to add element, okay, in our list. And I'm just, after adding the element, I'm just printing my list. Simple. Now you will see one apple, then 3.14, then again apple, and then what I wanted to add new that got added. So it means it is mutable in nature. Okay, that you can add values also. So same as you can remove also, you can modify value also. Okay, so you can perform all the types of modifications. So this satisfies the first feature, that it is mutable in nature. So from this we can say that all the four features are now satisfied, okay, for the Python list. Now we'll see all the operations which we can perform in Python list using the Python methods and using different techniques also. Okay, now what if you have to know the length of the list, then how would you know that? So for knowing the length of the list, okay, that how many items are present inside your list, what you can do, you can simply use a method or a function, that is, anyone from the chat who knows the function name, anyone who knows the function name and want to tell me, let's see who knows the answer. Anyone? Okay, someone has commented length, someone has commented len. Okay, one person has commented len, all characters are in a small case, and then the parenthesis. Now that is correct. Okay, so if you want to know the length of a list, suppose for example, if you want to know the length of the list which I have just created now, which is my underscore list, so how you can do that, you have to use the print function, then length function, okay, which is len, and you have to write the name of your list, and then you have to close it. Okay, so total, you can count it also, total 5 elements are there inside your list, my underscore list, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now this was one way of creating a Python list. Okay, simply write the name of your list, then use the assignment operator. Okay, and then inside the square braces, now this is also a very important thing, that whenever you want to create a list, you have to use a square braces. Okay, so starting square braces and ending square braces, and then in the middle you have to store your elements, and between two element or between two items there should be a comma to separate one item with another. Okay, so here as you can see, one is a different item, apple is a different item, and in between there is a comma to separate that one and apple both are different item. Okay, So yeah, and starting with the square braces and ending is also with the ending square braces. So yeah, this is how you can create a Python list. Now there is one more way in which you can create a Python list, that is using the list constructor. Okay. Now the list constructor is used to create a list with other data structures. Means suppose you can convert a data structure into a list. Okay. Suppose you can convert a tuple, if you have a tuple and you want to convert it into a list, so you can use that thing. Okay. So that is there. Okay, guys. Now we'll see that how to access a element in a list. Okay. Okay. So let's take a random list. Okay. And my list name is this list. Now, if you have to access the item 3, okay, or the element 3, so how you are going to access that 3? Okay. So first of all, you have to write like this list, okay, and put it inside a print function also, so that your value should get printed. Now, first of all, you have to do like this: name of the list and then square braces. Now, inside the square braces, what value we are going to write to fetch or to access the item 3 or the element 3. So you can write, so you have to count from the starting. So as I have told you that 1 means whenever you think of indexing, so in Python, indexing always starts from 0. Okay. It means that the first element, that is 1, is always present at the 0 index. So the second element will be at 1 and the third element will be at 2. So by writing 2 here, you can access 3. Okay. So always remember this thing, that the first element is always present at 0. Okay, so if you have to access any other element, so you have to first start with counting with 0 and so on you can begin. Okay, just like me, it was at 0, 2 is at 1 and 3 is at 2 position. So I just wrote 2 and I got 3. I access 3. Okay, so what if if I want to access 5? Okay, what if I want to access 5? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can write 4 over here. So we can easily access 5 here. But what if now, see, in my list which I have created, here the elements are only 5. So it is easy for us to count 5. Okay. But what if the list is very big and we have to access the last element? So then it will be very difficult for us to count the number. Okay. So then what you can do? You can do one thing, that you can check the length of the list. And after checking the length, then uh, whatever the length is, you can just minus 1 and then that value will gives you, you can access the length. Or what you can do, one more thing is there, that is called as negative indexing. Okay, that is called as negative indexing. So let me do one thing. Let me just increase the items. Okay, so now I have 10 items in my list and I have to access this, the last element. Okay, so then what I can do, there is one more concept that you must just remember it only, that the last element is always present at -1. Okay, so last element is always present at -1. So if you write -1, so you can access the last element. Okay, so from this, one more thing which we can know is that negative indexing is also allowed. Okay, so from this you can say that negative indexing are also allowed in Python lists. So now chat, tell me that if the last element is at -1, so second last element will be at which position if we will use negative indexing? So my question is that if the last element is present at -1 position, so the second last element will be present at which position? Anyone who knows the answer can let me know in the chat. Okay, someone has said 9. Good. Anyone? If you want to try also, you can just take a guess. Maybe it can be correct also. Okay, someone has said -2 and someone has said 0. Okay, -2. Okay, so those who are saying -2, yes, you guys are correct. -2 is the correct answer. Okay, and other than -2, okay, guys, you are not correct. So -2 is the correct answer, as you can see. Now, again, I'm repeating the concept, okay, because only I can see two of you have given the correct answer and most of the people have given wrong answers. So, see, the last element is at -1 and it will be continued further. So if you want to access the second last element using negative indexing, so it will be -2. So for third last element, -3. So same thing will go on further, okay? So the fourth last element, -4, okay? So 7. So like this you have to follow, okay? You just have to just remember that the last element is at -1 and the first element is at 0th position, and then you can continue with uh, in forward also and in backward also. Okay. Now this was negative indexing. Now, okay, one more thing. Now, accessing elements, when you are trying to access an element by using positive indexing or negative indexing, we were always trying to access a single element. Okay. We were not able to access a multiple element. Okay. Now, what if I'll say you that we can access multiple elements from a list also? That is also possible. Okay. So you guys will ask that how we can do that. So let's see that how I can do that. Okay. So first of all, I'll do what? I'll just print this list. Okay. So this is my list which has 10 items in it. Okay. Now I want to access 2, 3, 4. Okay. Only these three elements. Okay. Rest of the items I don't want. I only want 2, 3, and 4. So then how I can do that? Let's see. So I'll use print so that it will print my output. Okay. Then I'll write the name of the list. Again, the square braces. Okay. Now, after this, what I'm going to write inside the square braces, that is very important. Okay. And I want you guys to just listen it very carefully. Okay. Now, first of all, 2. I'll see that at what position 2 is present. So I'll count it from starting. So 1 is at 0th position. So 2 is at 1 position. So I'll write 1 over here. Okay. Then I'll see that at what position 4 is present. So 1, 2, and 3. So 4 is present at the 3 position. Okay. So let's write 3 over here. And I'll write one more thing to show you the difference. Okay. There is one difference. So I just do that. Okay. Now I have written 3 because because of the count, we have count that 4 is at the 3 position. So I have written 3 and then I'm taking one more value 4 here. Okay. So starting part has 1 and 1 per the ending part is has yeah, someone has said the correct answer, but no, uh wrong, starting part is wrong. Okay. Now as you can see, both the outputs of both the lines of code, so in which I have written 1 colon 3 is just giving me 2 and 3 only. Yeah. But the last one in which I have written 1 colon 4, in that I'm getting 2, 3, 4. So what was our desired output? We wanted 2, 3, 4. Okay. Not only 2, 3. We wanted 2, 3, 4. So the second one means the third line of code is correct. Okay. Now, why is this so? Because as of the count, when we were counting, so it was correct that 4 was at 3 position. So why when we wrote 3 here, we got only 2, 3? Why we didn't get 4? And when we wrote 4, we got 4. It means what? Okay, this is because of one concept, that is the starting part, okay, which is inclusive in nature. Inclusive means what we write that is included. So if you are writing 1, so counting begins from 1 only. If we write 0, so counting begins from 0 position only. If you write 3, so counting becomes from 3 position only. Yeah, it is called as slicing also, yes. Now, the ending position is exclusive in nature. It means that if you are going to write, suppose our count was 3, means the position was 3 for 4. So if you are going to write 3, so that 3, that particular position is exclusive in nature, means it will be not counted. Okay. So because of that, we have written 3, so we got only 2, 3. So solution of this is that whatever position you are writing, either you can do like this plus 1. Okay. So it will do what? Whatever the position is, it will automatically add 1 to it. So your desired output will be always safe. Or what you can do, you can just, whatever the position you have counted, just add one more position to it. Suppose in our example, it was 3. So add 1 and make it 4 and then write directly 4. Or you can write like this also, plus 1. So both the techniques you can follow. Okay. It depends on you. Just remember that the starting part, which is the first before colon, it is called the starting part, and after colon, it is called as ending part. So starting part is inclusive in nature and the ending part is exclusive in nature. Okay. In this, there are many formats. There is one more format, which is what if you want everything from starting, but the ending, suppose you want it at 5. Okay. So you'll write 5 over here. And if you want it from very beginning, means if you want from the 0 position, so you don't need to mention 0 here. You can leave it blank. You can leave it like this. Okay. You don't need to mention 0. If you mention 0 also, that is also correct. It will give the same output. But if you'll not write it also, so it will take from the very beginning, means from the 0 position. Okay. Same concept is followed with the ending part also. Suppose you want to start it from the second position and go till the last position. So just give the starting part. So you want to start from the second position means 1. So 1 and leave the ending part as it is. Okay. No need to write anything. So it is going to take everything, rest of the thing. Someone has said that Python iterate n minus 1. Yeah, because indexing starts from 0 in Python by default. Okay. Because of that. Now, uh, the range of indexes you are doing in positive by taking positive values. You can take negative values also, okay? And you can do in that way also. How? Uh, Suppose you want to access from -3 to -1, okay? So -3 is okay. Wait, let me first print the normal list, then it will be more easy for you to know. Okay, yeah. Now, -3, what I have told you that the starting part is inclusive in nature. So -3 will be what? -1 is 10, -2 is 9, so -3 is 8. So -3 is 8. And then the -1 is exclusive in nature, okay? So how it will be given? If I have to write here, means -1, it means 10. So 10 is exclusive in nature. So that's why it just gave us 8 and 9. Okay? So this was negative indexing, which is also you can do. Then there is one more thing in the range of indexes only. That is, first there is a starting part, then there is ending part, and then one more thing is there that is called as step. Okay, so let's see that. Okay, now first I have printed the normal list, okay, as it is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all the items we are getting it till 10. Then what I have done in the second line of code that I'm taking the starting part, then the ending part, and I'm not writing anything in. Okay. So it is starting from the very beginning, it is going to the end. Okay. And then I have written one more one, but this is after the second column. Okay. So this part is called as step. And by default, the step is 1. So when I have written 1 there, so there is no change in our output. So it is similar to the first one, print this list, okay? But there will be a change when I'll change this step to 2. So by default, it is 1. So if you are writing 1 also, then also by default, it will take that only. But if I'll do it 2, so then I'll get only the odd values. Now, this is not the odd values because the list is starting from 1. So the 2 will be left out because 2 steps will be there. If there is 1 step, so after 1 it will move to 2 and it will print 2. But because I have taken the step as 2, so 1, then it will skip 2 and then the second step will be 3. So 3 will be printed. Then after 3, it will skip the first step and then go to the second step, that is 5. So 5 will be printed. Then after 5, 6 will be skipped and 7 is the second step, so 7 will be printed, and so on. 9 will be printed and 10 will be skipped. So this is the step. If you'll do it 3, so now 2 steps will be skipped. So from 1, 2 will be skipped, 3 will be skipped, and then directly 4 will be printed. Okay, because 4 is the third step. Then from 4, 2 steps will be skipped. So 5 will be skipped, 6 will be skipped, and 7, which is the third step from 4, that will be printed. Then after 7, 8 and 9, 9 is the second step, 8 is the first step. So directly the third step, which is 10, 10 will be printed. Okay. So this is the way you can increase the step also this is based on your requirements. Okay. If your requirement is like that, so you can print like this. Now, fourth step, as you can see, now you can count 2, 3, 4 will be skipped and directly the fourth step will be printed. Okay. So yeah. So this was a step. Okay. So we have seen how to access the items using negative indexes only, using positive indexes also, and we have seen that how to access multiple items also using a range of indexes, which is also called as slicing. Now let's do what? Uh, let's now see that how we can change the item value. Okay, this means for this I'll take one more list, this list 1. Okay, and let me store some fruits in it. So I'll store apple. I stole kiwi in it. Let's store some oranges, some bananas. Okay. So now as you can see, apple, kiwi, orange, banana. So we have created a list. Okay, let me change this list name to fruits only. Okay, then it will be more suitable. Yeah. So I've created a list named fruits, and I've stored apple, kiwi, banana, orange. Okay, apple, kiwi, orange, banana, and then I'm printed the list. Okay. Now, what we can do? Uh, what if we want to take it till 100? Yeah, so we can use a loop and then take it till 100. So, so you have to be that much items also in your list. If there are 100 items in your list, first of all, you have to create a list which has 100 items in it. Okay, and then you can do the slicing. The step is upon you. Okay, so we have created a list. Now I want to change kiwi to pineapple. Okay, how we can do that? So first of all, I have told you that when we want to change any item, so you have to access that item first. So if you want to change kiwi to some other fruit, okay, so first of all, you have to access kiwi. So kiwi is at which place? So apple is at 0 position, kiwi is at 1 position, okay? So you write 1. So fruits 1. Now you have successfully accessed kiwi. Now you have to change kiwi to some other item. So whatever item you want to change it to, suppose if you want to change it to pineapple, so now you have to use the assignment operator and then you have to write pineapple, okay? And after that, just print fruits. So now you will see the change in the output. Apple, then after there is pineapple, then orange, then banana. Okay, kiwi have been replaced. Now, it's not necessary that you will do it with a single item only. You can do it with multiple items also. So suppose if you have, if you want, now your output is apple, pineapple, orange, banana. If you want to change pineapple and orange to some other fruits, so then how you can do that? First of all, you will write fruits. Okay. And now, because you want to change multiple items, so you have to use slicing. So pineapple is at one position and orange is at the second position, but exclusive in nature. So we'll write one more by increasing it. So two. So we'll write three. So pineapple and orange is successfully accessed. Now you have to change it. So for changing it again, now you cannot give two values. Okay. Only one value can be assigned. So you have to again create a list here. Okay. So you have to create a list to store two fruits together. So suppose uh, watermelon and muskmelon. Okay. Okay. Now they are changed. So let's print fruits. So now you will see pineapple and orange is changed with apple, watermelon, muskmelon, and banana. Okay. With watermelon and muskmelon, it has been changed. So you can change a single item also by accessing it. You can change with multiple item also. Okay. Yes, you are correct. Aryan Batra, you are correct. Thank you, Anirudh, for the super chat of 40. Thank you so much. Now, we have seen how to access elements in all the types. Then we have seen how to change by accessing an element and then how you can change the item. So now let's do what? Let me ask you some few questions, okay? Very basic, simple questions. Let's see that how many of you listen carefully or how many you have a good idea about Python list, okay? So my question is, so first question is, can you store strings in Python list? Yes or no? Okay, guys, let me know in the chat. Can you store strings in Python list? Okay, guys, reply in the chat fast. Only two people have replied yes. Okay, and rest of the people? Yes. Okay. So I'm assuming that everyone is saying yes. So yes, we can store strings in Python list. As you can see, our whole thing was about strings only. We were storing strings only. So yeah. Now, our next question is, are Python list immutable? Yes or no? Again, repeating the question, as you can see on the screen also, are Python list immutable in nature? Okay. So most of the people are saying yes. I don't know why, but actually it is no. I'm asking about immutable. Are Python list immutable? And I've shown you that it is mutable in nature and it is one of the feature of Python list also. So those who are saying yes, okay. So yes is the wrong answer. The answer will be no. So those who are saying no, okay. So no is the correct answer for this. Okay. Next question is, can you store integers and strings in the same list? Okay, guys. So your next question is, let's move to the next question. Can you store integers and a string in the same list? Okay, someone is saying no. Okay. Okay. So the answer for this question is yes, you can store integers and a string in the same list. As you know, uh, that Python lists are heterogeneous in nature. It means they can support multiple data types in a single list. So yeah, answer will be yes. Okay. So last question for this set will be, can you use slicing to extract a subset of elements of a list? Okay. So last question for this subset of this set is, can you use slicing to extract a subset of elements from a list? Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Most of the people are saying yes. So your answer is also yes. Okay. I've shown you also that how you can access. Yeah. Okay. So now let's move to the next section of Python list, that is the methods. Okay. So now we will see the methods which are used in Python list. So let's focus on that. So first method which we will see is called as insert. Okay. Now this method is used to insert element in your list, element in your list at a specific position. Okay. Okay. Now let's see. So for this, to show you about this, I'll just take a previous example. Okay, I'll take the example of fruits only. Yeah. So we have a list of fruits, okay, apple, kiwi, orange, and banana. And now I have to insert one more fruit that will be, let's say, any fruit. Okay, let's take muskmelon, and we want to insert muskmelon at a position, at a specific position, and that position will be at first position. Okay, so how we can do that? So for that we have to write fruits dot the method name insert. Okay. Now one more thing before moving forward, I'll just tell you that whenever you are using a method which is a list method, so first of all you have to know one thing, that that method will be applied to a list object only. Okay, so here as you can see fruits, so fruits is a list object as we have stored items inside a square braces, so square braces denotes that it is a list. Okay, so fruit, if you see the type of fruit, okay, let me just comment this line and tell me, I'll just show you one more important thing. Okay, and this, so when you will check the type of fruits using the type function, so you can see it is giving us class list. So this fruit is an object of list class. Okay. So all the methods present inside the list class, you can use it on a list object only. So remember that thing. This is very important thing. Okay. Now we have to insert muskmelon at 0 position at first place. Okay. So insert method takes two parameter. First, it takes the position. Okay, first parameter which the insert method takes is the position, so 0. Then the second position, the second parameter which the fruit or the insert method takes is the value which you want to insert. So suppose if you want to insert muskmelon, so you will write muskmelon. Okay, and now the next thing what you have to do is you have to print fruits. Okay, to verify that it has been inserted or not. So now as you can see, your list has been modified and one item has been added to it, that is muskmelon. And we have added muskmelon at 0 position, means the first place, and muskmelon is at the first place. Okay. So now you can do some changes also. Suppose if you want to insert muskmelon not at 0 position, after kiwi. Okay. So apple is at 0, kiwi is at 1, and after kiwi you want, so you have to write here 2. Okay, so muskmelon will be added at 2 position. So 0, 1 and 2. So on, if you want to insert it at the end, so you can write, okay? Okay, last one. If you want to insert, okay, let's move to the next method. Okay, now we will see methods which are used for adding only. So we'll see 2, 3 methods which are used for adding. Then we'll see 2, 3 methods which are used for removing an item from the list. Okay. So one method you have already seen, that is insert. Now the next method which is also used to insert items in a list is append. But append has some other role to play. Append adds an element to the end. Okay. So if you want to add an element to the end, so use append. So it it adds an item to the end of the list. Okay, so it will be more clear for you guys if I'll give comments like this. Okay, uh let's take the list again, or no need to take the list, already fruits is there. So now as you can see, this is the last updated list: apple, kiwi, orange, muskmelon and banana. And now we want to add uh at the end some more fruits. So let's say guava. Okay, so now append is fixed, that it will add element at the end only. So you don't need to give position here. Okay, in insert it was not fixed, so you have to specify the position. But in append it is already fixed that it will add in the end only. So it takes only one parameter, that is the value. So your value will be whatever you want to store. Suppose if you want to store guava, so you write guava here, okay? And then after that, you have to just print the fruits list, okay? So apple, kiwi, orange, muskmelon, banana, and then guava is there. Now, we have seen two methods. One is insert, one is append, and both the methods are used to insert only one value at a time, okay? What if I want to insert multiple items at the same time? So then for that also there is a method, and the method name is extend, okay? Method name is extend. Now this extend method is used to append elements from another list to the current list, okay? Now this is very important thing, to append elements from another list to current list, okay? Now remember this lines what I have written here, to append. So it clearly means that when you will use extend, it is going to add element at the end only, okay? And in the name also extend, you can see end is there. In append also end is there, okay? And one more thing. Now, after append, if we'll move forward, elements from another list to current list. It means what? That the multiple values which you want to store at the same time, okay? That should be also a list only, okay? So you will need to have, for using the extend method, or whenever you want to use the extend to add multiple items to your current list, you need to take care of one thing, that the list which you want to add, that should be also a list only, okay? The group of elements that you want to add, that should be also a list only, then only this extend will work. Okay, so let's see an example, then it will be more clear. So we have fruits list with us, okay? In this list we will use extend method, but before using the extend method, what I have told you, that in the extend method, what we will go, it will take our list only, okay? So first of all we have to create a list. So I'll create, because we are talking about fruits, so we'll create a seasonal fruit list, okay? Suppose summer season is going on, so mango, okay? Then lychee is there, then blackberry is there. Okay, so these are some seasonal fruits. Now, now this tropical list, okay, now this tropical list, I'll just directly give it inside this extend method, like this. And now I'll print fruits. So one more thing, just see the initial fruit list. It was apple, kiwi, orange, muskmelon, banana, and guava. Now we are using extend, and let's see the output now. Okay, so now as you can see the output, apple, kiwi, banana, oh sorry, apple, kiwi, orange, muskmelon, banana, guava, and then these three are added: mango, lychee, and blackberry. Okay, so this is the extend method, that you can add multiple items in the current list, and that item will be added at the end. Okay, but one thing to take in consideration is that this extend will work on the multiple datas, the multiple items, they should be also a list only. Okay, now further on, if you'll go, then you will see one more thing about the extend method, that not only list, it can take any iterable. Okay, so I'll just modify it, and I'll just add that to append elements from another list or any iterable. Okay, it means you can add from a tuple also, you can add from a set also. Okay, you can add it to a list, you can do that. So yeah, that is there. So that's why I've added any iterable. It will be more clear. So when you learn tuple, when you learn uh, sets, then I'll show you by using this extend method. Okay. But for now, because we have not learned, we have not seen, we have not moved to that topic. So because of that, I'll just leave that thing. So now these were the three methods: insert, append, and extend, which is used to add elements. Okay. Now we'll see to remove items. Okay. So for removing items from a list, okay, now we have a list called as fruits. Okay. Okay. And these are the items present inside the fruits. So then we'll see the first method for removing is the method itself is remove. Okay. So method name is only remove. Now this method, uh, how it works. So it removes, okay, it removes the specified item. It means that suppose you have a list fruits. Okay. So you have to apply like this, the method, and whatever the item you want to remove. So if you want to remove banana, let's say you want to remove banana. So what you will do, you have to directly write here banana. Okay. So write banana and then again print fruits. Okay. ITS. Okay. Now why the error is there? Because banana is already removed. So what I will need to do, I'll need to do like this. Okay. So now banana will, orange must not guava, lychee. Okay. In this, there is no banana. Okay. Where I have added banana. I have to execute that code. Yeah. Now banana is there. Now I'll run this code. Then I'll run this code. Then I'll run this code. Okay. So banana is there. Okay. Now again, fruits dot remove banana. Now why that error was, because we have already removed banana and then we are trying to remove banana again. So because of that, that error was there. Now there will be no error. So now apple, kiwi, orange, muskmelon, no banana. Banana is gone. Guava, mango, lychee, and blackberry. Okay. So banana has been removed. So remove method removes the specified item, the item which you want to remove, which will be directly, okay, removed. Now with the remove, there is one more thing that you guys should know, that if you have duplicate items, suppose if you have two bananas, okay, if you have two bananas and you are using the remove method and you are writing to remove banana, so which banana will be removed? So the banana which will be at the first occurrence means, suppose, uh, let me show you an example. Okay, so now this fruit has no banana. I'll do what? I'll add here only one banana here, and so guys, don't get confused what I'm doing. I just wanted to show you one concept if there are duplicate items. Okay, so now in this list, I have added two bananas. Okay, I have not closed this one. So yeah, apple, kiwi, orange, muskmelon, guava, mango, lychee, blackberry. Okay, mango, lychee, banana. Ah, wait. Let me take a simple list. This one. This one is good. Okay, like this. Yeah, this is correct. Okay, so there are two bananas in the list. One is at the first position, one is at the last position. And now, if I'll remove fruits dot remove banana, and then I'll print again fruits. So which banana will be removed? So the first one, okay? So the banana which is at the first place, okay, that will be removed. So in this case, first banana is at the first position only, so that will be removed, and then the output will be apple, kiwi, orange, banana. Okay. So this was removed for you guys, okay? Now, one more concept with this remove is that let's say in your list there is only one banana, okay? So that will be removed, obviously. As you can see, I have removed the first one, so last one. So there is only one banana. That banana I have removed it. So now my output is apple, kiwi, and orange. Now, if I'll again try to fruits dot remove, and if I'll again try to remove banana, so now this will is going to give you a value error, and the value error mention is that list dot remove x not in the list. So it is just saying that the item which you want to remove, that item does not exist in your list. Okay. Okay. So this was remove. I hope you guys have understood the remove. Then again for removing, there is one more method that is called as pop. Okay. So this method works. It removes the specified index. So suppose uh, if again I'll take the example of this fruits, and if I wanted to remove, okay, -1, so last item will be removed because -1 indicates orange. So orange will be removed. So if you want to delete it index wise, so -1, use pop. If you want to remove by directly writing the name, so you use remove. Okay. Now one more thing is there, that if you not mention any index inside the pop method, so this pop method will remove the last item. Okay. So let me take it from here. Let me initialize this. Okay. And again, I'll use the pop here. Now in this pop, I'm not written any index value. Let's see which index will be removed. Again, last one will be removed. So by default, when you use pop, so last method is removed. So if I'll again use it, so kiwi will also be removed. If I'll again use it, so apple will also be erased. If I'll again use it, banana will also be gone. So you have an empty list. If I'll again use it, it will give you an index error that pop from empty list. Okay, it means that in an empty list, if there is no item, so what you were trying to remove. So if inside the pop you mention some value, so that index value item, that position item will be removed. If you're not mentioning anything, so it is going to remove the last item. Okay, I hope it will be clear. Now, there is one more way in by using that you can remove or delete items. Okay, that method is, or that way is del keyword. Okay, there is a keyword called as del. If you use this keyword del, so you can remove a particular item also, or if you want to delete the whole list also, so then also there is a method and there is a way you can delete the whole list also. So for that, let's take this fruits. Okay, and in this fruits I want to remove the apple, okay, using the del keyword. So I'll write del, then I'll write fruits, and I have to access the apple. So apple is at the first position, okay, and then I'll print fruits. So now you will see apple has been removed from the list, and your list is banana, kiwi, and orange. Okay. Now, if you want to delete the whole list, so then what you have to do, you have to just write fruits here. Okay. Del fruits successfully executed. Now, when I'll try to print fruits, it will give me a name error that this name does not exist. Name error that name fruit is not defined. And obviously it is correct because we have deleted the fruits. Okay. So because of that, it will give us a name error. Okay. So this is the use of the del keyword, that you can remove a particular item also from the list, and you can delete the whole list also. Okay. Then there is the last method of removing items from a list, and that method name is clear. Okay. Clear will do what? It will remove all the items from the list. So basically you will be left with an empty list. Okay. And left with empty list. Okay. So let's see how to use this. Very simple. Write the name of the list, write clear. Okay. Then print fruits like this, and you will get an empty list. Okay. So this shows that it is an empty list, only square braces. There is no item inside the list. Okay. But this is not going to give you an error, just like del keyword. The del keyword directly deletes it. Okay. Deletes it means it is deleted from the memory also. So that's why there is nothing called as fruits. But when you'll use clear, it will do what? It will remove all the items from the list, but it will not remove from the memory. Okay. So that's why when you'll print fruits, it will show you that it is an empty list. Okay. Which has nothing in it. So that is there. So now we have seen all the methods. Okay. All the methods to add, all the methods to remove. Now it's time for question answer, because this set is over. Okay. The list methods. So I'll ask some question. You have to give the answer of that question in yes and no. So first question is, does the append okay guys, so your question is, does the append method add an element to the end of a list? Yes or no? Okay guys, does the append method adds an element to the end of a list? Yes or no? Okay. Yes. Lots of people are saying yes. So yes, it is correct. The answer is also yes. Okay. Let's move to the next question. Okay, everyone has said yes only. So yeah, it is correct. So next question is, does the insert method replaces an existing element in a list? Now, this is a very nice question. So those who have listened carefully, they can answer it. Okay. Does the insert method replace the existing element in a list? Okay. So someone has said yes. Okay. I think people don't know the answer. Yeah, it was the difficult one. So yes. Actually, okay, someone has said Moses has said no. Okay. Some other one. Okay. It was the difficult one. So those who have said yes, it is wrong because the insert method does not replace means it does not replaces the item. Okay. It just adds a new item. So the position at which it is adding, the rest of the item will be their index value will be increased by 1. Okay. So suppose if there is a item which is at second position and I have inserted the insert method had inserted some item at second position. So the previous item which was at the second position will be at the third position. Okay. So yeah, it does not replaces, but it actually adds a new element and then rest of the items index value increased by 1. Okay. So that is the correct answer. Okay. One more question. Okay, guys, your next question is, does the remove method delete the first occurrence of a specified value? Yes or no? Okay, someone has said yes. So yes is the correct option. Okay, the remove method deletes the first occurrence. Okay, now let's go forward. Now we'll see how to do looping in a list. Okay, so basically loops in Python list. Okay, to perform a loop in a Python list, there is one specified loop, okay, which is specially dedicated for iterables in Python, and list is also an iterable. So that loop name is for loop, okay. So I'll just show you by iterating over this loop, over this list, which is called as fruits, okay. So what would be the syntax? So for I in fruits, okay, or you can write it in more good way, for fruit in fruits, okay, print fruit. So this will do what? It will basically, you are using a for loop, okay, and this fruit is a, it will denote the current item at a time, okay, in our list fruits, and we are using the membership operator in, okay. So for fruit in fruits, print fruit, okay, and what we are doing inside this loop, we are printing the current fruit at a time. So suppose for the first time, banana is the first fruit. So banana will be printed, then apple, then kiwi, and then orange. So this is the simple syntax of how you can loop through a list. Okay. Now this was directly using the items. We were using the items directly. What if you want to loop through the index numbers? Okay. So if you want to loop through an index number, so then what you have to do, then you have to use extra two functions. One is range and one is length. And how you will use it, let's see that. So we'll try it on the fruits only. So for I in range, length, and inside this we have to write the name of the list, and then we have to print I. Okay. So when we will print I, it is not going to give you the name of the fruits, but basically it is going to give you 0, 1, 2, 3. Now why it is giving you 0, 1, 2, 3? Because as you can see in the list, there are only 4 items, and indexing starts from 0 in Python. So banana is at 0, so 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now how it is working? So range function is basically used to generate sequence of numbers, okay, and in this range function we are giving length of fruits. We are not giving exactly the fruits, we are giving the length of fruits. So total length of fruits was it was 4, okay, and range function by default starts from 0. So 4 means 4 is exclusive in nature, so it will print till 3. So in total there are 4 items, but actually the items are till 3 only, because the counting starts from 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now if you want to print, suppose if you want to print the index value and along with that the value also, so then you have to use this way, that is called as accessing way, and you have to write I here, okay, and you can make it more interactive by adding a colon also, like this. So at 0 position there is banana, at 1 position there is apple, at 2 position there is kiwi, and at 3 position there is orange, and this is the exact index value also. So along with the index value you are getting your value also, okay. So you can do this also. So this was basically, let me write it over here so that it will be easy for you guys. This is loop through the index numbers. Okay, so we are using the index number inside a for loop to generate our values along with the index values. So this was using a for loop. Now we'll see using a while loop. Okay, so now we'll see using a while loop. Now, for while loop, again, we need the list with us. We need to have the list with us. And if you remember, those who are following me with the first live session, okay, so they would know that in while loop, I have already told you guys that three things we have to take in consideration. First thing, that initialization. Second thing, the condition. And third is the incrementation part whenever you are using while loop. So first of all, we will go with the initialization part. So we have to initialize our loop variable to 0. Okay, because by default, indexing in Python for a list starts for 0. So I equals to 0. Then the condition part. So while loop executes only when till the condition is true. The moment condition will become false, while loop will not execute. Okay. So we have to write a condition which will be true till my last element. Okay. So what I can write here? So I'll write while I is less than length of my list fruits. Okay. So my length of my fruits are in total it is 4. Okay. And I have given less than symbol there. And I've initialized I to 0. So it means for 0, 1, 2, 3, it will be executed and total length of fruits is 4. So when it will go 4, I will be not executed. Okay. So when I value will be 4 and length of the items is also 4, so at that time I and the length of the fruits will be 4 and 4. So at that time the condition will become false and our loop will stop. And I'll show you that. But before going to that, I'll just print I along with the fruits I. Okay. And then at last, I've told you the incrementation part. You have to each time increment I. If you will not increment I, so then I will be never be 4 and the condition will be never be false. So because of that, we will go in an infinite loop and each time we will get banana, banana and banana. Okay. So we don't want that. We don't want to go to an infinite loop. So we have to do what? Plus equals to 1. Okay. Now let's execute the code. So same output you will get what output you are getting from using the for loop. Okay. So 0 banana, 1 apple, 2 kiwi, 3 orange as you can see. But in while loop, it is little bit more complex because you have to take in consideration of three things: initialization, condition, and incrementation. Okay. So in looping part, we have seen how to do loop with for loop, how to do a loop with while loop. Okay. Now let's move to the next thing, which is called as how to sort a list. Okay. How to sort a list. So, uh, first of all, guys, tell me what do you mean by sorting? Anyone who knows sorting in one word? Order. Okay. Yes. Basically, order. Or you can say um, more similar word to order is arranging. Okay. arranging, how to arrange the items in a list. Organize. Yeah, organize is also a very good word. Okay. So arrange, organize, order. Okay. So basically, sorting means how to arrange the items in your list. Based on what? Based on the alphabets, based on the numbers. Okay. Like this. So let's say we have a list with us of fruits in which banana, apple, kiwi, and orange is there. So guys, tell me in this fruits list, is this in sorted manner? Yes or no? Is this fruits list is already sorted or not? Yes or no? Tell me the answer. I'll be just back in 1 minute. Okay. Just tell me this list is sorted or not. Yes or no, and I'll be back in 1 minute. Okay. The list is not sorted. Okay. Uh, So everyone has said no. Yeah, obviously it is not sorted. So now for sorting this list, there is a built-in method called as sort, okay, which is present in list. So it is very simple to use, just like how we are using the rest of the methods. You have to use it like that only. You have to just simply write fruits dot sort. Fruits dot sort and then print fruits. So now you will see that this when we have used this sort method on our list fruits, and then after that when we have printed fruit, so it has sorted the list in alphabetical wise. Means a apple starts from A, so it comes at the first place. Then banana starts with B, so it is at the second position. Then kiwi K, and then O at the end. Okay, so it has sorted in alphabetical, using alphabetical order in ascending order. Okay, let's take one more example. Let's take numbers. Let's take 100, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 20, 10. Okay. And now apply this numbers dot short, print numbers. And now you can see it is sorted in ascending order 10, 20, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Okay. So it was totally in descending order, and it just, when we use the sort method, it just got sorted in ascending order. Okay. Now, what if you want to sort it in descending? Okay, then what we can do? So for that, there is a parameter in this sort method, and that parameter name is reverse. Okay. Now, let's take the example of the fruits first. Okay. Now, if I have to sort these fruits in descending order, so there is a parameter called as reverse. which I have to initialize as true. Okay. So by default, this reverse is false. And when you will assign it to true, now let's see the output. So it will be in descending order. So O comes at the end in alphabetical wise. So O is at first, K, then B, and then A. Okay. Same thing will be done in this also, in the numbers one also. Now here it is already in descending order. So you will not see any change. Okay. So it will be in just that way only. But if I'll change some of the numbers, suppose 10, 20, 40, 70, 80, 90. So then you will see the change that 90 will come first, 80 will then, and then basically in descending order. Okay. Now, guys, uh, there is one more thing, which is with the sort. Okay, sort method. That this sort method is basically is case sensitive. Okay, it means that whenever you will face two same items, but one is in capital letters and one is in small letters. So the capital letters will be sorted first, okay, and then the lower case letters will be sorted. Suppose if I have one more banana like this, which is at the end, okay, and I'm doing the sorting in ascending order. So as you can see, apple means A comes first, okay, and B comes after A. But because banana B, as you can see, is in capital letters, and I have told you that sort method is case sensitive in nature, which results in all capital letters being sorted before the lowercase letters. So that means that this banana, which B is, whose B is in capital letter, that will be at the first position, okay, and then there will be apple, and then that order will be followed. Okay, if I have an, suppose if I have an apple, okay, I have an apple also in which whose A is in capital letters, so then that A will go first. Okay, so that is the thing, it is case sensitive in nature. But there is one more thing. If you don't want to follow, okay, if you don't want to follow this thing, so then there is a concept of a key also. Okay, so in this key what you can do, you can apply any string function. Okay, so for that you have to write str dot lower. Okay, so it will do what, it will make, means it will count this banana and apple also a lowercase item only. So then your list will look like this: apple, then banana, and then kiwi, orange. Okay, so it basically does what, this key is that this key gives a function that this sort method will be following. Okay, so I have given the function of a string method because all of the items are in string. Okay, so I have given the string lower method. Okay, so str dot lower. So this method is applied to this sorting function, and then the sorting function assumes or feels that every item which is in uppercase also, that is also in lowercase only. So that's why apple, banana, kiwi, and orange. Okay. Now one more thing, that suppose if you're not using the short, okay, and you don't want uh, to do ascending or descending, you just simply want to reverse your list. So in case, suppose, in case suppose you have a list with you and you just simply want that this list should be reversed. Suppose this apple should come first and this banana should go at the end. Okay, means total reversing, no sorting, only reversing. So then you have to use the method called as reverse. Okay, and you have to simply print it and your current list will be reversed. Okay. Okay. uh Now we'll just see one more set, that is, but before going to that set we'll see some questions. Okay. Okay, I have found an interesting question. Let me give you the question. And this time the question will be a code only. Okay. So I'll create a my list. Okay. Now guys, tell me the output. Okay. One has commented 2, 3. Okay. Any other? So those who have said 2, 3, yes, it is the correct answer. Okay. So 2, 3. Okay. Now next question. So let me show you the output also. 2 and 3. Okay. your next question is that the list is same, and what you have to do, you have to basically, I'll change the values, okay? Now tell me the output. Okay, guys, now the question has been changed. Now the list is same. List is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is the thing. Now what will be the output? Okay, let me show you the list also. Anyone who knows the answer? Very simple. Okay, no, the answer is wrong. So I hope I should tell you. See, the starting part is -2. So -2 is what? 4. And then the ending part, okay, someone has commented, no, 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 Sam, you are also wrong. And then the ending part is left. Okay. So it will take -2 is at which position? 4. And then the ending part has been left. It means it will take the whole. So answer will be 4 and 5. Okay. No, no, Moses, you are also wrong. 4 and 5 is the correct answer. Okay. Okay. Last question of this session. Okay. Okay. Now tell me the answer. Your list remains the same. Okay. Your list remains the same. Only this has been changed. Now tell me the output. Okay. 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close, guys. Guys, you are close. Just think. See, I've just given the step. Okay. I've just given the steps. Nothing more. Okay. So the correct answer for this is, see, first starting part is empty. It means it will take the whole. It will start from 0. Ending part is also blank. It means it will take the whole list. Means from 1 to 5 it will take whole. Only in the step I have given 2. Means it is start from 1. So one step, it will start from 1. So first step is 2. Second step is 3. So 3 will be printed. Then it will start from 3. 4 is the first step and 5 is the second step. So 5 is there. So what will happen? 135 is your output. Okay. 135. Okay. So that session is over. So we'll move to our next session. That is how to copy a list. Okay. Copy a list. No, Manikanta, again you are wrong. 135. Okay. Okay, how we can copy a list? So for that, I'll need to just have list one. Let's take 1, 2, 3 in list one. Let's say we have list two. So if I have to copy list one, so someone will say that we can do like this. Uh, write list two equals to list one. Okay. So someone will say that, sir, this will work. So when we will print list two, what will happen? We will get 1, 2, 3 only. Okay. And they are correct also. This is also one of the way to copy a list. But this will do what? When you will copy the list, so basically what will happen? If you'll make any changes to list one, okay, so that will automatically reflect in list two also. Okay, I'll show you uh, list one dot pop, okay, and then I'll print list one, and then I'll print list two also. Okay, so now you'll see I have removed one item from means pop. If you will not give inside pop anything, it will going to remove the last element. So list one dot pop, it removed the last element, and I printed list one. So I have removed item means I have removed the last element from list one. Okay, but it has been removed from the list two also. So when I'm printing list one and list two, so you will see the change made in list one is being reflected in list two also. Okay, so that is there. Now, if you want to copy actual copy that does not reflect it, so then how you can do that? So take this list, okay, then create again one more list. In that, do what? Write list one dot copy. So method name is copy. Okay. So now when you'll print list two, it is not going to reflect in list one. And if you'll make any changes in list one, suppose list one dot pop, so your list two will remain same. Okay. So your list two will remain same. So both list one and list two, when you'll use the copy method, so both list one and list two will be independent of each other. They will have the same content, means list 2 will have the same content of list 1, but they will be independent of each other. Okay. Now there is one more way. If you don't want to use the copy method, then what you can do, you can use the slice operator. How? Let me show you. So suppose again, let's take the same example, list 1, items 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay. And you want to copy it in list 2. So what you can do, you can access the list 1 and you can do like this. Okay. And then when you'll print list 2, so all the contents will be copied in list 2 and they both will be independent also. Okay, so any changes made to list 1 will not reflect in list 2. Okay, so that is also there. Okay, then uh let's this was the end of this set, so let's have some few questions about this set. Okay. So your question is, uh, if a list contains mutable objects and you use copy method, so will the changes, okay guys, so read the question carefully and then reply. If a list contains mutable objects and you use copy to copy the list, okay, means copy method to copy the list. So will the changes to those mutable objects affect both lists? We have seen this thing now only. Okay, no, no. Okay, so those who are saying no, okay, is correct. It is not going to affect both the lists because now only in one of the examples we have seen here that the change made to list one does not affect the list two, okay, whenever we use the copy method to copy. So yeah. Okay, next question is, okay, the next question is, does del keyword means del my underscore list 0 remove the whole list? Yes or no? Okay, there is a super chat from Priya Kumari. Thank you so much for your support. Okay, guys, your question is, does del my underscore list 0 remove the whole list? Okay, so people are saying yes. Okay, so those who are saying yes, actually the answer is no. So you guys see, the question was, as you can see on the screen, the code is 0, we are accessing the first element. So it will only delete the first element. It is not going to delete the whole list. Okay. So yeah. So those who are saying yes, it is wrong. Yeah, no is the correct answer. Let's move to the next question, that is, okay guys, yes or no? Does my underscore list dot remove 5 remove the first occurrence of 5 in the list? Is it so? Yes or no? Okay, Manikanta has said no. So your answer is yes. Because what if there are duplicate 5s? So it is going to remove the first 5 which it will get. Yes. So answer is yes. Okay. Now, next question is, can you append multiple elements to a list using append? Okay, guys, your next question is, can you append multiple elements to a list using append? Okay, no. Okay. So those who are saying no, yes, no is the correct answer. We cannot append multiple elements to a list using the append. For that, you have to use extend. Okay. If you want to insert append multiple elements to a list, you have to use extend. Okay. If you are using append, so you can only insert one element. Okay. So no is the correct answer. Okay, guys. Uh, I think we have seen the whole list thing, whole Python list. Okay. Today. So now all of the things about Python list is covered in this live session. So we will end this live session now. So thanks for watching. I hope you have learned something. Okay. You have learned Python list. And thank you so much for joining. I hope you like this video. Stay tuned up. We'll see you in the next live session. Okay. Till then, bye. Take care. Bye bye.